I'm getting roasted behind the scenes here today, but welcome to another episode of. Oh. No, it's all good. I mean, it's out of love, right? You wouldn't roast me. That's what real friends are for. Welcome back to another episode.
Episode of Crap on Sav.
Right.
These are the things that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
There you go. I like
How
it.
are we, fam? How are we doing? We are in the Men's Health Game Day Men's Health Studio. That's still new to me. I'm so sorry. I'm working on it, but new sponsor, Game Day Men's Health Studio. And today's podcast is brought to you guys by Body Fit Training. So rock on Body Fit Training.
Yeah.
No, it's Body Fit Training.
I know, but Roy was, you couldn't
And
see
also
him.
Defiance Fuel is here too.
He kept doing this.
Oh,
like,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, we love Defiance Fuel. That's why. And Defiance Fuel is life. Literally. Water.
I love it.
All right. My name is Sav. I'm really great at these intros. And I am here with my good friend,
I am the Jarrell Webb.
the Jarrell Webb.
And we're here with the money behind our podcast, the pockets.
He's sitting over there.
My guy Roy, aka Glorious Beard, aka Barbell Voodoo,
AKA, I just make
aka
t-shirts, guy.
I love bourbon. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of t-shirts.
Every time I give Roy a
lot of
compliment,
t-shirts.
and I'm like he'll give me some crazy compliment. I'll be, oh my God, it touches my heart. And then I'll be like, Roy, and then say a compliment. He's like, no, I just make t-shirts. I'm like, okay.
I'm not good with compliments.
No? You don't like
them.
that's what makes this such a good interviews, because I know that you hate the spotlight. Like you rather
I tried to leave and
they
locked the door before.
you rather not like be front facing, which I'm the exact opposite. Like I love the
You have it all over your Instagram.
Thank
bio.
you.
You're a TV personality and
thank
all
you.
that. Yeah.
Love
he is.
lights, camera, action, baby. That's what I love. So we got a lot to get into.
Okay.
But first we gotta get into this the basket of debate, which is brought to you by Clean Eats today. Right? So we're gonna get some clean food from Clean Eats. So you know how this works, man. You're gonna
I've
pick
seen
one.
this before.
Yeah, once or twice. That last one's for you.
Oh,
There you literally the last one, yeah.
there's literally only 3.
Yeah.
Seems like a setup.
Yeah.
Well, you know, as Sav says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
There we go. Actually, Kelly Clarkson said that. But
Well, you know.
I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Who's first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Should we award, this is absolute no, should we award medals for most creative excuses for skipping leg day? If your legs
Absolutely
aren't
not.
broken, then
No, there are no excuses. And if
Yeah,
you skip leg day, then no one's getting rewarded.
no, I'm not going to give you a medal.
Ridiculed, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awarded, no.
Bullied? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I think we all agreed on that. Was easy.
Might as well skip all the days.
That was the
You know,
easiest
just
one
don't
right
count.
there, yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Glad we can agree on that.
Right.
Do you want to go first or last?
Who
Or next
comes
or
up
last?
with these?
Terry.
I'm not a snitch. I
Well,
just gonna
we can
love
roast
it.
Terry instead of me. That's-
This says, should a burrito be eaten vertically or horizontally?
Who in their right mind? What? Okay, so meaning like from the end of it,
this
like a
way
normal
or that
person? Or like sideways, like a what?
Yeah.
What?
No.
I honestly would.
Like an ear of corn.
That is
So, okay.
No.
Okay. So,
same person who's skipping leg day is doing that.
so I understand the question.
What the hell?
Do you eat bananas?
Yes.
How do you eat it?
Horizontally, of course, obviously. I'm
No,
just
how do
kidding.
you-
I'm just kidding.
Do you
Like an ear of corn.
like or a hot dog? How do you eat a hot dog? You just go straight in?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
You don't break it?
No.
No.
But even if you break it, you're still eating
Break
it
it?
vertically.
No. Yeah. You can't just put the whole. You can't go
No.
glizzy to the face.
Not
Wait a minute.
Well,
Hold on. What do you mean?
well-
What do you mean break a hot dog?
Like break a piece off and eat it. Like you
know-
can't just go
yes, you
hot
can.
dog to the face.
Yes, you can.
That's how you-
Most people eat a hot dog like this
Yeah.
and just take one bite at a time.
Same thing with a banana. Like there's rules to eat it. You can't.
Jarrell is the one that eats a burrito.
As a man, you can't eat a banana just straight.
yeah. You
Yeah,
can.
just peel it and just
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
How are you eating these things?
break it.
You're getting your hands dirty.
That's
a banana,
okay.
all you got to do is peel it, eat it.
Yeah.
Hot dog, boom.
Yeah.
One bite at
so
a
you-
time.
So you do see my point. Okay.
What is the point?
I'm not saying you should eat a burrito horizontally. I'm just saying, you
I want
know.
to see you eat this burrito where you break the end off. and
Yeah.
set-
No, I don't-
Show me a
but-
break of a
Like
while
just
you're
take a
driving your
piece of
car.
it.
How you
Let's
eat a
see
sandwich? You start at the top or the side?
A sandwich
sandwich.
doesn't have tops and sides.
It
Whatever's
does.
closest to my face. What are you talking about? Depends on how hungry I am. What do you mean? What are these questions?
Like a sub sandwich?
Like just a sandwich, like 2 pieces of bread. You go straight to the face, or you go like from the side.
Isn't it the same?
No. The shape of bread is different.
It's a square, not a cylinder, though.
It's not a square, though.
We have been talking about
Wait,
cylinder-shaped
it's not a
objects
square?
up until
No,
now.
because it has a little loop at the top.
This is a real debate
It's a
here.
loop and then it goes down. Okay, that's why. Go ahead. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I think
I'm
I'm scared
a
of your
little.
question now for sure.
I'm still trying to understand if Jarrell how you eat a burrito.
I
He
will.
breaks a piece off, just like he eats a banana.
He's looking at you and me
Actually-
like you don't break your banana
Yeah.
before you eat it.
I
What kind of weirdo are you?
Well, I wasn't gonna say it, but you know, just go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when
Well,
you're driving,
I don't
and
know.
trying
Next
to get
thing you
to
know,
the next
Jarrell's
place.
gonna be eating
You don't
cereal
cut it
with
in
a
half?
fork.
Cut a what in half?
The burrito.
No.
No. Okay.
No, man, you're eating the wrong burritos.
No, I suggest for mine to get cut in half. Like, hey, cut that in half.
Okay,
for me.
princess.
Thank you. Coming from Miss, I don't eat crust.
I do eat crust.
I thought you said you eat crust on your.
Yes, I do.
okay.
I don't mind it being cut off, but like, yeah,
Oh.
F with the crust. I like
Oh my
the
goodness.
crust,
Okay.
Crust is a good part.
and I will eat it sideways and straight.
It's like, it's like an ear of corn. Hello.
Why don't
Okay,
you eat your,
my
why
turn.
don't you eat your corn
We're
vertically?
gonna move on.
Exactly. See.
Okay.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Touche. Touche.
I'd like my corn cut in half.
Can I get my corn cut in half? Yes.
See? You'll just go straight to the face with the corn.
Actually,
like-
Just
my
break a
mom-
piece off. What do you do?
She used to like put the ear of corn like hold it like this and then
cut
take
it
a
off.
knife
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you don't have to
Like an adult,
mess
yeah.
with the ear, you know? Like
Okay.
you can just eat it with a fork. Anyway, okay.
Okay, I went to public school.
Well,
so-
Jarrell eats weird. That's the moral of that story. Should gym mirrors come with a warning label? Objects and mirrors may appear larger than they actually are.
No
What?
way. What kind of self-esteem breaker
That's
is that?
yeah, that's like terrible.
That works bad for
That's
everybody.
on a rear view mirror in
Yeah.
a car.
If
maybe.
it's someone that's trying to lose weight and you see that warning, that's horrible.
yeah.
If it's someone who's trying to gain weight, it's horrible.
Yeah, either way.
Like either way, like nobody's winning in that scenario.
The only warning that should be on a mirror is to re-rack your weights.
Oh, that's yeah.
And don't
that's
touch
Like
the
if there's a
mirrors.
mirror in a
touch the
gym or
mirrors.
something,
Don't
yeah,
touch the
don't
mirrors,
touch the
yeah.
mirror. Yes, please don't touch the
You
mirror.
ever go in a
Who
gym
does
where
that?
the mirror is just like filthy?
Yes.
All the time.
How mad is it? That makes
Bothers
me mad.
Yeah, especially for my gym selfie because it shows up on the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me as mad as like when my burrito's cut in half.
You know? I'm gonna order you a burrito next time and cut it in
The
half.
right burrito, you can't cut it in half.
I'm
Or
gonna
it's-
have-
you're just gonna have to
That's
get a
true,
fork
then-
and eat
then
it.
it's
Like
a-
it's a
gonna have-
mess
it's a
now.
crap
Well, I
show.
mean, a burrito bowl is definitely more appealing than a
Very
burrito.
much.
I
yes.
agree with that.
I'll go with that.
Finally, sheesh. It's getting hot over here, guys. I don't. Right, yeah. Now we can start the podcast. Jeez. So again, for you guys who are, new to the podcast, or maybe you skipped Roy's last interview. Roy
1 year
is.
ago.
Has it been that long? Mm-hmm. Wow.
I'm only contractually obligated to 1 year.
Once
a
one
year.
time a year.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, once a
well,
year.
So this is your one. Man, we got
Yep,
you in
this is
early
really a
there, right? He's like, is that really?
Sounded good, doesn't it? You believed it.
Sounds like something we would make you do.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
You got to put him on the contract to get him on here.
Yeah, he
exactly
won't come otherwise.
Right. So Roy is the owner of Barbell Voodoo, a amazing. What do you say? What is it? Athleisure wear company? 'Cause
Sure.
Okay. Yes. That
He
is.
just
Yeah.
makes t-shirts.
It's not just. It's not t-shirts. You
I know,
make
I know.
shorts,
Yeah.
socks,
Backpacks,
Back-
knee sleeves,
yeah.
weight belts.
everything. So
And it's
Everything
the
but
most fun
shoes.
booth at the expo.
gym fits, all the things, gym equipment,
No gym
fits,
equipment.
no equipment,
No,
okay, but belts. Okay.
Belts,
The backpacks
accessories.
are lit, though.
backpacks.
Okay. Gym accessory company.
Gym accessory, gear, T-shirts. We just print T-shirts.
All the things. They don't just print T-shirts. He also is part of the owner. That's why I started the podcast the way I did with the Nashville Fit Magazine, Nashville Fit Podcast. Anything else you got out there?
We got the Expo.
Got the Expo.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Expo.
Well, we were going to jump into that.
Yeah. Affiliate tees.
Affiliate tees.
So we print for gyms.
Okay.
That's pretty big nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Where do you come up with the ideas that go on the shirts and on the...
At the bourbon we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Over a nice glass of... You know what? Sound good? No. Before we jump into the bourbon, I was told I need to ask you about how you got into entrepreneurship. The story behind how Roy became an entrepreneur. I'm expecting this story to be great.
Yeah,
so
well,
don't let me
so
down.
Am I.
Here.
I don't remember.
Apparently, it was
the
a sales
story
job.
I relayed.
Was it a sales job?
I can't remember.
You remember the story you told?
No.
Too many glasses of bourbon that night?
Totally could have been.
Which story did I tell you?
I'm also give me a
so give me a hint. That's what I told him. He's like, whatever he tells
throw
you.
me a hint.
What story
What
do
was
you
the
want to hear?
story I
Terry?
started with? I don't remember.
Well, legal sales job, Roy.
It was downtown. It was the
Hollywood. At
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock Cafe.
Well, technically, it's not
How'd
a
you get
sales job.
Cafe Hollywood.
You told me from there.
How I
went to car sales.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He was studying.
It's actually backwards. It was backwards of that.
Okay.
So
How did you start?
this has nothing to do with entrepreneurship except for the hard work aspect of it, right? So this is so funny. So I was working two jobs. I was during the day, I'd go in at like 6:30 or something, work 6:30, 3:30 at a metal fabrication shop, which not my jam, but
What does that mean?
so they
They
made like
fabricate metal.
that's
I don't know
exactly
what
what
that
it
means.
means. So like it's like
Thanks, bro.
duct work
Go eat a
in big
burrito.
buildings, like for air conditioners. They'd
Okay.
bend the metal to
Okay.
put up like you see Die Hard to crawl through it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not real, but
Oh, okay.
anyway. So
Not real? You can't crawl through it?
I don't think so. No,
I feel like
It-
that would
it'd
be
fall
really,
right apart.
Good to know.
This
Good
stuff
to
is
know.
just
Stable.
it's just taped together.
Okay.
But anyway, so I'm doing this during the day. I'm working at UPS at night, and I remember I was just so tired, and I'm sitting at home, and this commercial comes on TV to come sell cars and make $450 a week, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. 20 years ago, 30 years, well, it's long now, 25.
$450 a week?
$450 a week, and I thought this was amazing.
Okay.
So I went there, hated it from day one. It was just typical car sales job, right? And this girl that was there, we were talking, and she's like, yeah, back in the day, I was a server at Hard Rock Cafe, and I'd make like $1,500 a week. I'm like, $1,500 a week? I'm making $450 here. Don't take a genius to figure out.
Right.
Let's go do that. So she's like, yeah, you got to have a lot of server experience. And I'm like, I have no server experience. But I went down there anyway and applied and just BS my way through the process, and I got the job.
Nice.
So, and times are different because downtown, nothing like it is now, right? I mean, there's nothing downtown. But I was still making like $1,000 a week. And this is like 20-something years ago. And I did that for quite a while. But this does fall into the mentor guy. So things started really slowing down with like downtown where you couldn't really make good money. And I got this job at a dental supply place. It's called Patterson Dental. And I had a good work ethic because I would just work my butt off. But when I went to this place, like the guy who ran the like manager of the branch or whatever, like no matter what time you got there, he was there. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this cat gets in really early. Mm. So I started trying to figure out how early he got there. Like, I want to do what he's doing and get there. So I would come in, like, we start at 8.
He lived there.
No, he did not live there.
I was like,
But we started at 8, but I'd get
Never
there.
left.
Yeah, I'd get there at 7, and then I'd get there like 6:45 and 6:30. And then I remember I got there at 6:30 one day, and I thought I beat him. And I'm like, absolutely. Okay, 6:30 is the magic hour. I go in, I get to my desk, and I start doing stuff. He walks in. He's like, oh, man, great to see you here this early. But it was on salary. He didn't care. And I'm like, oh, I beat you in. He's like, yeah, I got in and did some work, went to breakfast. He would leave and get to Cracker Barrel at 6:30 or 6 in the morning when they opened.
wow.
Get some
But
breakfast.
that was
and
his
come
deal.
back. Wow.
And he was just he was such a hustler, and I just watched how he did things, and I just kind of added that to my tool belt, so to speak.
Love it.
So what time did you actually get there?
Who knows? I remember salespeople telling me that he would text people at 3:30 in the morning.
Whoa.
Jeez.
I don't know that I'd want to receive a text at 3:30 in the morning, but
Yeah.
I'll be answering that
At 7.
yeah. But you can send it.
Yeah, you can send it whenever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have, we want to make sure that we jump into this early so we make sure we have enough time to talk about the Music City Expo. And then we'll get into, all of our bourbon topics. Tell us a little bit about why this year is going to be different than last year.
Different, a lot bigger.
A lot bigger. I don't know if you
It's already big.
Yeah.
If you haven't it's
Yeah.
pretty big.
So this year it's 100,000 square feet.
Yeah, it is.
Last year it was like, y'all were there last year, so it was like 74-ish, 74,000 square feet. Last year we brought in Jay Cutler, do a meet and greet, which went over huge.
I know you got.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but I'm actually bigger than he is. People on Instagram voted. It wasn't my.
I mean,
thing.
that-
I hope
Okay.
Jay's listening right now.
I hope Jay's listening too, because I'm coming
Yeah.
with a pump this year,
Okay.
Jay. All right. So when you get
I'm
there,
just coming with a
no.
smile.
So we're bringing Jay back,
Okay.
of course. We're bringing in Brian Shaw,
Yeah.
strong man.
That's gonna be cool.
We're bringing in Lee Priest, who, if you're not familiar with bodybuilding, Lee Priest, bodybuilding icon, 80s, 90s. He's just, he had one of the craziest physiques back in that day. Shorter dude, but just like,
Shorter than Jay.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Right.
But like,
Interesting.
but like, yeah, I think
Brian Shaw,
yeah.
is he tall?
Brian.
He is
Brian's
like
yeah.
6'6".
Brian's a huge human. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a huge.
So that's
human.
gonna be.
Yeah.
Can we put them all next to each other?
We should.
Yeah. What was funny is Jay was
And then
telling
me.
me, so like I picked up Jay from the airport last year, and we're talking last week on the phone, and he's like, dude, you're going to have to rent a vehicle to pick up Brian Shaw. You're not going to be able to get him in your car. I'm like, that's a big dude.
I ain't never thought of that. You gotta get a sprinter truck.
Yeah. It's something like, pull up in the U-Haul truck. I'm in the back,
Jump in the
Brian.
back, man.
Yeah.
You good? We got a
You know-
we got a fan back there. You good?
I want a picture of him holding me over his head.
He probably, well,
with one arm, probably.
he's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God, that would
He's
be
a
so
monster.
cool. Okay.
So we're bringing him in, bringing Lee Priest in, Sydney Wells, who's a CrossFit Games athlete for 2023. She actually lives here in town, so that's kind of cool. And then Carbon is bringing in 2 surprise guests.
We can't tell them.
We can know.
I don't know who they are.
Oh, you
okay.
don't know?
It's legit probably going to be a surprise for me because,
Okay.
Do you know?
yeah. Yeah. And
Do I know?
I think they told me and I did forget.
I feel like I know.
Like, do I know? It's
Yeah.
like, I don't.
Did we talk
Like, I
about
don't-
this? I think I know.
But yeah,
But I'll
it's
leave it a surprise.
super cool that,
They're
we're
not a bodybuilder or a CrossFitter too, I think.
not
could be wrong.
CrossFit. I think they are bodybuilding.
Okay.
Yeah. But, to go from one special guest
To 5, 6.
to, that's
Yeah.
such
Huge.
It's huge. And, really trying to grow this thing into our vision was the Arnold of the South. And
Yeah.
we were well on
Getting
our
there.
way
Yeah.
to getting there. So
What are our dates again?
June 8th this year. So again, this year will be one day, just like it's always been. However, next year we've already started planning. Next year will be 2 days.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Not sure if it's Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. We haven't got that far, but
Okay.
it is definitely going to be 2 days.
Okay. What are you most excited about this year?
When it's over.
When it's over?
So talk a little bit
It's
about
so much work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a year-round process, isn't it?
What was funny was me and Terry was going back and forth yesterday, like a staging quote, and he was like, "God, that was a couple months ago," and I googled the thing. I was like, It was September. So literally we started on the expo for this year 60 days. Yeah. 60 days after we finished.
Wow.
And you're talking about next year's
Before
already,
we even
before
got
we
there.
even
yeah.
do this year's.
And
Yeah.
the bigger it gets, the more involved
planning.
it gets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever anticipate being hands off and letting someone else plan it? Is that the goal, or will you always be involved?
I feel like you love it.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll never be 100% hands off. I'll always be involved. However, it would be amazing if we didn't have to,
Do everything.
turn all
'Cause
the
I'm
turn
assuming-
all the wrenches. So to
Yeah, I'm
speak.
assuming Arnold just shows up to the Arnold. Like,
100%. Well,
he's
actually,
not. I mean, but outside of maybe like the high level stuff that only he can do to
Well,
make sure that we don't go too left.
yeah, his is actually a licensing deal. The Arnold's owned by Comic Con.
Is it
I was
really?
gonna say I don't
Yeah.
feel like he has a
I
lot
didn't know
of
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
His is just a licensing
He just
deal, which is
collects
great for him.
royalties.
Yeah,
He gets a check when
I
he
do
shows up,
You
Yeah.
do a walk. Like,
shakes the hands, and
I remember-
kisses the babies and leaves.
I remember
There you go.
doing a
What a life.
I forgot what company I was there with, but I was working their booth,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh yeah, Arnold does the walkthrough
Yeah.
today." And it's literally a walkthrough. Like
It's
he's just
literally
like
a walkthrough.
walking, just
Yep.
like he doesn't stop. It's not like get a pic.
No.
Cause I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to like get a pic. Like, cause I'm working the booth. I know he'll stop. He's like, yeah, no,
Nope.
it's Arnold and 6 men that's built like Roy, and they walk through,
Yep.
and that's all you get.
That's
like,
it.
so if you
That's it.
get a visit, cool. If you don't, then that's cool. Then he comes and hands the trophy off.
That's it,
for
man.
the competition. So it is so like, man, one day I'll be able to just get paid to walk through a place.
You will.
Wouldn't that be dope? Yeah.
I think so. I
love it.
I think so.
Like, oh, Jarrell's here. Oh, Sab's here.
We're gonna walk
Oh,
through.
they're just fucking
And Drill's
by.
just,
Oh,
he's just
God.
doing the walkthrough.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll stop and talk though.
I
like
don't
there
think
you
I
go.
could not.
yeah, I
Do
like
the photos.
because I'm a people person. I don't, and from what I've heard, Arnold really isn't like
Oh, is
the
he not?
friendliest person like to like regular people like you.
I think
Yeah.
he likes his private life.
Yeah, which I get because you're Arnold, so you can't trust everybody. You can't sit
Yeah.
down and talk to everybody
that's-
because you would
that's
never be.
being-
Yeah.
There's
he
being
would-
famous, and then there's being Arnold Schwarzenegger famous.
But I
Like,
think there's a price to
everyone
that
knows
for
who you
me.
are.
I think there's a price to fame, right? And
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
I think the price is that you have to give back to the people that give to you. So
That's
the
a-
people
I see
who
what you're
are
saying, yeah.
so like if I'm out and someone's like, "Hey, can I get a quick pic?" Like that's the
Yeah.
price you pay, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
you don't have that because they
And you might not hit everyone, but like yeah, like I get what
which
you're
I
saying.
also get, like if I'm out with my wife, I don't want to, because once I start taking pictures, I'm taking pictures for the rest of the night. Because I
Yeah.
can't just take a picture with Roy and then
Yeah.
Sav is there. I'm like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That's-
once I take one with Sav, Terry is there now. So now it's
That's-
like, and my wife would be like, yo, come on.
That's
What we
the
do?
tricky
Like,
part, though.
So yeah, so having to
Yeah.
balance that part of it, because she's more of an introvert than way more of an introvert than I am. So I'll take all the pictures. She's like, I'm ready to go. Like I'm in the car. Like
Yeah, I'll get the car whenever you just don't take too long.
So I think this year is gonna be really dope. We're also gonna have a VIP lounge. Is that
Yeah.
just for VIPs, or can people buy? Is there a certain ticket they can buy to get into the VIP lounge, or how does that work?
Yeah. So general admission, $15. $15 gets you in the door. You can do all the meet and greets. It includes everything. However, if you came last year to the expo and stood in the line to meet Jay, that was at 1.6 hours long,
Sheesh.
you probably would like what's that called? The Dash Pass or Fast Pass? at
Fast
Disney?
Pass, yeah.
So we came up with Terry came up with, let's do a VIP ticket, and we kind of pitched the idea to Jay, and Jay's like, absolutely. So we call it the Flex Pass, and it's just like a Fast Pass at Disney. You get that, you get in, you get access to everything. You can skip all the lines, so you have your own. The VIPs all have their own line to do all the meet and greets, and they have their own area. It's the only place to sit down in the whole expo. So you got like a little VIP area. There's like some sponsors of that. There's a cocktail sponsor. Is that correct? Yeah. Yeah. So
We're gonna have liquor there.
was liquor there last year. You didn't know that?
It's
No,
Roy.
no,
Yeah.
we didn't have any
Oh.
liquor.
Yeah.
Maybe we got.
Yeah.
Maybe, we'll talk about that off camera as well. Terry,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
We didn't get any of that.
No, we didn't. Well, we didn't either.
Don't worry, we didn't get.
We saw it, but we were a little busy.
I got a goodie bag from First Form.
I did too.
That's great.
I
Yeah.
need to get like 2 of those this year. I made
Yeah, they had
like
a
double
lot of stuff in
batch.
there.
Yes, it's
just to
exciting.
get
I
the
mean,
free subs.
how much that thing has grown in just like 3 years. It's nuts.
Is it? Are you where you want to be with it right now?
I never will be. But
No.
no.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what
like
every
when you
successful
initially started, are we
entrepreneur says.
like? Is this? Are you further ahead now, or is this where we plan to be? Or are we behind?
That's a good question.
Like the first
I think-
one, you're like, oh, in 3 years
Well-
we'll be X.
I think you go into something with a certain level of expectation and what's considered a pass or fail. Where we are at last year exceeded all expectation.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at that as a barometer, I think we're ahead. Of course, every year, and anybody that puts on any kind of event like this, you don't know if it's a success until literally the day of. Especially Nashville, it is a walk-up market. Like we will sell, ticket sales will be okay until 10 days out, and then you're selling like 300 tickets a day.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's the most insane thing ever.
I think you guys picked the perfect time to start with Nashville becoming what Nashville
Yeah,
is becoming.
yeah.
Like if you started last year, you're behind. Like some
That's true.
big companies coming
Yeah.
in and they're
Yeah.
gonna take that from you. And that which leads me to my next question: are you worried about competitors like that? Because Nashville is kind of becoming that Vegas stopping point where everybody kind of merges here of the South. Are you worried about because you even talked about what downtown used to be?
Yeah.
I was downtown Saturday and I was like, I gotta get out of here, and I
that's-
couldn't.
yeah, that's crazy.
Because it's just blowing up, right? We got the East Bank coming, so we got so many different things that once Nashville is where they think it's going. Are you worried about someone coming in and larger companies saying,
Not at all.
what, we're gonna
Not at all.
take it?
Not at
No.
all. No. The whole purpose was not to build a business. The whole purpose was to build community in the city. If somebody comes in and they want to dump $1 million in it and make something better than what we're doing, and it serves the community the same way we're trying to serve it, I'll go. I'll buy a ticket and I'll go. I don't care.
You would
What is the
gracefully
appeal to come to the expo to anyone? Like, what's the appeal? Would
if-
you say? I could say what I think,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah. I mean, for me and Terry, it was we're trying to bring all the different aspects of fitness together under one roof and give them something to do. Then in part, you take all the different brands, me owning one, and knowing that, and we do a great business. We have a great business. But we went to, what's it, Nashville Fit Show, bodybuilding show. Was it last year before last? Terry was helping her run it. Yeah, Whitney show. And we got a booth just to support her, right? We go in there and nobody knows who we are. I'm like, wow, ain't that something?
Like personally know who you are, or
Didn't
business
know the business.
Okay, wow.
So I'm like, well, as much money as we spend on marketing and what we do in sales every year, then what about these other businesses that are needing to get in front of these customers? So what if we're putting this expo together and it just increased what I already knew that this needs, you're giving these brands and businesses a chance to get in front of all these different customers that probably would not know that they existed or shop them because they're not familiar with them, right? I mean, you guys go. Did you see anybody new? Any new businesses?
At the expo?
Yeah, that you
Yeah.
didn't know of?
I honestly can't remember because I was
There's a
like,
lot.
I walked in. I didn't get
Yeah.
to walk around a lot. I walked in and we went straight to the podcast.
Yeah.
I
But
walked around a little. And yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
absolutely.
and
And shocasing of different modalities of fitness too.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But there's, you think there's, different clothing companies and supplement companies. There were supplement companies there last year I'd never heard of. and I'm kind of in the space. It's kind of my job to know, and I didn't know them. There's clothing companies. There's 2 clothing companies coming this year that have been around for a while that never heard of them. Didn't follow them on Instagram. One of them's got a huge following. One of our title sponsors lives in Nashville, has a watch company. He has a clothing company as well. I had no idea he had a clothing company. It's surprising that, but I guess it's kind of the world we live in, where everything is so fast paced and everything is, if it's not in front of you, you forget it, kind of the way things are, so, that's part of the whole purpose of the expo, is to showcase all these brands to this huge community and bring the huge community out to, experience, hey, I'm not powerlifting anymore. What's the strongman look like? Maybe I want to get into that. Or I'm not doing strongman anymore. Let me look at this powerlifting thing. Or, hey, man, I've always wanted to drop weight and do bodybuilding. Let me check these people out and talk to them. And then, vice versa, move things around. So that's in a nutshell, that's the whole reason for it.
Would you want people who don't because I'm trying to think about people not necessarily in the fitness community who might want to be, and maybe because there's a lot of people in Nashville that it's not just a fitness community, it's a community.
Yeah. Well,
so it's I think what the appeal is for me personally is knowing that there are so many different things that you can kind of expose yourself to. And whether you are in fitness and maybe you're whoa, I haven't even considered getting a strongman. That's actually really interesting. And they're showcasing it, and it's you can talk to people about it, ask questions, stuff like that. But then maybe you're let's just go meet some people and see what this fitness community is all about. We've had a guest on who, needed to lose weight and didn't know where to start and felt a lot of shame around getting started. So for me personally, I think it would be great to have an event where people can come and be exposed to those things without shame. You don't have to already be fit to be exposed to these things and find a path for yourself.
Well, I think obviously it's not about being fit, because I'm running.
Sure. Well, but I did want to touch on that, because
it is. It's novice to elite. It's from, hey, I'm thinking about doing a group
kid-friendly
fitness class to, this guy squatting 1,200 pounds and everything in between.
Yes.
And that's the appeal of it. We say fitness enthusiast, and that doesn't mean fitness, that's you eat, sleep, and breathe it, but you're curious, right? Hey, me personally, I'll use me as an example. I'm a perfect example. I'm more of the, when it comes to fitness, at this point, I'm more recreation, right? I lift in my gym. I ain't trying to pick up cars, nothing anymore. I'm just in the community. And I love the like-minded people in the community. I'm not eating tuna fish and yogurt. I'm not doing the crazy things. It's just, I'm pedestrian.
Eating tuna fish is crazy?
Tuna fish and yogurt to cut weight. Yeah. I did it before.
It's delicious. Instead of mayonnaise.
I'll put the mayonnaise with the tuna. Make it better.
You use yogurt instead of the mayonnaise.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but
or avocado.
That's not too bad. Ooh, yeah.
Avocado
instead of
avocado would be better. Yogurt does not
mustard.
Yeah, no.
No?
Yeah, no.
Well, the point is that you don't have to be hard in the paint with that stuff. Yeah.
Novice to expert, right? All levels in between. You're curious about fitness. There you go.
It's just a community event,
It's just a community event.
We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll come back and talk to Roy about bourbon.
Oh, okay. Go from fitness to bourbon.
Yeah, I mean that's what we do in real life. It's good, Trent. All right, we are back, and we're about to get into some bourbon talk because I know I do, and I believe Sav does as well. But we believe in balance, right? Like we're not all in. Like again, not too crazy. I'll eat my yogurt with some tuna, but not all the time. When I'm not, then I'll have.
You'll eat your yogurt with tuna or tuna with yogurt?
Is it different?
Depends on the proportion.
Okay, touche.
What's the main dish? Yeah.
Touche. I'll eat my tuna with yogurt.
There we are.
I'll go there.
Okay.
I'll eat my tuna
There
with
we go.
yogurt. But I'll also have a nice glass of bourbon. We were talking about this off air a little bit. For you, what makes a good bourbon?
Man, what makes a good bourbon? I don't have the sophisticated palate.
No, you're not like looking at
No,
the lights.
no, I don't.
You're not that person?
No,
Come on,
no,
Roy.
no.
He is?
No,
he is.
no.
That lands in the back of my mouth more
No.
than that.
I'm
And
getting
if you will breathe in deep and exhale through your mouth, you'll floral
rise a little
notes
bit too
and
much for my
toasted almonds.
No,
And-
you don't.
no.
You don't taste the caramel? That's what they always ask me. I'm like, no, I taste alcohol. I don't
That's
know.
what,
That's wine
after the
people.
second glass, you don't taste
Bourbon
it.
too. Because they'll tell you like it's notes of
They're anything
vanilla,
like wine
caramel,
people.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's
Oh,
the same
it's
community.
just the same.
Just
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
it's a little bit earthy
It's just
for
the
my
same.
taste.
Yeah.
You know what? Like
No,
for me,
respect. I just don't like, yeah. Like, I'm also not a coffee snob. There's
No?
those coffee snobs
Oh.
too that are like,
they do the same thing.
oh, wait, no, you're not.
I am. Yeah,
shop
because
at
I
7-Eleven.
judge you every time you walk in with gas station coffee. Like, yeah, I just stopped at you guys never had it? Like, no, Sav, I would never drink coffee.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not sorry. I'm saving money. I don't need a $7 cup of coffee.
Like the coffee from Daly's they made 3 days ago.
Yeah. That's what she'll drink. She'll walk in. Like, I just had to stop, bro. Sorry, guys, I'm late. I just had to stop at Daly's, get a cup of coffee. Like,
I'm pretty sure it's not 3 days old. It's,
I start
they brew it
switching.
that morning.
it's not 3. Come on, Roy.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous.
Hey, well, to be fair, there are, I have upgraded some
Right.
things. Not all.
Yeah.
I still have no shame in my 7-Eleven coffee. And I am, like, not going to go to any gas station and get any cup of coffee.
Ah, see,
7-Eleven?
standards.
So if we're going to
Standard,
talk
yeah.
about being a snob, I guess if
A
that
little
makes
bit.
me a snob, no,
First of
but
all,
that's
let's be
not a
clear,
coffee
guys,
snob.
right?
That's
Let's-
not a
let's be
coffee
clear.
snob. Like I don't even know I don't even know.
I'm
You're
little-
not doing the old pour over and all that stuff.
Like if somebody's like, "Do you want to meet at a coffee shop?" I'm like, "You can pick it," because I don't like.
No,
I don't
I'm
really
a,
like.
I'm a little bit of a coffee snob.
Okay,
Yeah,
where's
I
your
am.
coffee
You do
shop
the pour
spots
over
in
and-
Nashville?
In Nashville, so my favorite one is in Franklin. They're not paying us, so I'm not gonna give them a shout out. Huh? It is. Oh, okay, well,
You're gonna be a Texas.
are they? Okay, well we okay.
Honest
So I can
coffee.
Is
say
that breaking news? I didn't know
You said
about this.
honest. You said
I did?
honest.
Okay.
You said honest. No, I thought you said onyx.
I've never heard of it.
I know it's alabaster and onyx, so it's just okay.
Well,
I gave it
obviously,
out. I'm sorry, guys.
They need a boost so that
Right.
the people
so
know.
if you're
them.
listening to this, but they're half home decor. Decor. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
And like they also have a coffee shop.
I thought
attached
you was
to
about
it.
to say half Home Depot.
No, that would be amazing, right?
I'm like, smell wood, smell coffee. I got very excited.
Roy's like, I'm on my way. Where's it at?
Like, where's this at? I'm gonna hit that on the way home.
Great coffee shop. Nashville. I like No Free Coffee. I don't know if you've been there. It's out
See, I
in.
don't know any of these.
I don't know any of these.
No? Okay. No Free Coffee. That's one. What is the... I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's in Brentwood. I can't think of the name of it. But we can go if you guys want. Get a coffee.
I don't know any of these places.
No? Well, Roy, you got to get out more.
Yeah.
I know Crema. That's a good spot. Barista
I don't
parlor.
know that one either.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Anyway, we're talking about
Oh, we're talking about bourbon.
What's your
Not our
well, bourbon? They kind of go together, and also like
They do kinda.
There's
do you like rye?
No.
Yeah,
No?
no.
Okay, I love rye.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, I
yeah,
hate it. It's-
I do, especially
I can't get into it. I can't get into
Orange
it.
in it, orange peel. Okay,
Not
it's
me.
very okay.
I can't get into it.
So
It's-
what's your go-to bourbon?
It's too earthy.
Oh, I don't have a go-to. I'm Black Label. I don't know. Is that bourbon?
Sure.
Black Label.
I don't know.
I don't know what that
stopped
means.
drinking in like.
Wait,
like,
why am I asking you?
and
You buy your
anytime-
coffee at a
yeah,
gas
anytime
station. What the hell?
Anytime I drink bourbon, I called it whiskey, and it was like
People frowned
shots
upon
at the
you.
bar with my
Yeah.
friends, or
Like
maybe
the nerve of you.
I was
How
having Jack and
that's
Coke.
not a whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah.
So- so
I
tell-
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not.
How did you get it? How did you get into bourbon? Like the
COVID?
Yeah, you just started buying bottles of bourbon.
Yep.
Just to drink at home, or was it
So-
something that you always wanted to?
No, well, I've always thought it was cool.
Yeah.
You know, I had a buddy that was, I don't know if you'd say he's a collector, but he would get all the cool allocation stuff and, this is good stuff. And, like I was probably more like a tequila guy.
Okay.
Going into COVID. And then, when the world shut down. So my wife, and then we have like a little, our best friend and his wife, we all live real close to each other. So everything's closed. You can't go do anything. So we'd get like steaks and we'd just grill out at each other's house. This was like every night of the week.
Yeah.
And just kind of ended up just sipping a little bourbon one night. And then I was like, man, I really like Eagle Rare. That's what I started with. I'm like, or not Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace. I started with Buffalo Trace.
I started with Maker's Mark.
Okay, no, I like Maker's
know
Mark
that
too.
one.
You know that one?
Yeah,
That's the
I like Maker's Mark.
I know that
I
one.
like Maker's. It's just like, oh, I know that.
Yeah,
It exists.
I know that one, guys.
is that a black label?
Right.
Started with that, and then it was like I remember going to the liquor store, and he's like, started making friends with the guy, and he's like, I've got this Eagle Rare, and I've got this Blanton's, and then I was down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Do you smoke cigars?
Cigars, yeah.
Cigars, okay.
Yeah.
You have a good pairing,
No, man, I have.
or is it just whatever?
It is no. I'm pretty picky. Like CAO Brazilias, that's pretty much the only thing I want.
Really?
Yeah, to smoke. And then a Blanton's probably.
Oh yeah, that one for sure.
Maybe on the rocks, maybe not.
I was gonna ask you, are you on the rocks? Are you Ice Cube?
Either
One?
way.
Okay.
Either Ice Cube or neat.
Drop of water or no?
I have a hard time with
No.
meat. I'll
No?
just
No.
shoot it.
Okay.
It's totally different.
Shoot it, Sav. You're gonna
Is that
do
not?
it.
Yeah, not Blanton's. What are you doing?
Drinking bourbon.
I just shoot mine.
Yeah.
No, please don't, Sav. That's
No, it's the same with coffee though. Like I was actually drinking like a Celsius or something the other day, and I was hanging out with a friend, and I was like, I'll run and grab you one. We were at Carbon, and I was like, I'm gonna go run and grab an energy drink. You want one? And got us both one, and mine's gone in like 10 minutes. And he's like, did you already drink the whole thing? And I'm like, yeah, I just do that with anything. Like,
Just do it
except
shooters.
for water. Like,
water.
I have to discipline myself a little bit more with water, ironically.
funny.
But yeah, no, coffee, energy drinks, whiskey. Like, I just drink things really fast because it's there. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
It shouldn't be. It's there, so it shouldn't be.
She's very task
This is
oriented.
why
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted.
Yeah.
Cool. Next.
it's why I have to be careful with liquor though. You know,
Oh,
when I go
yeah.
out because I will drink it fast, and then
Yeah.
I will be like, oh, I'm fine. And then
Yeah.
like
That's
three
Why is the
honestly-
room
weeks
moving?
later.
Right. That's honestly how I got into like bourbons. It's because I don't like to drink a lot, and that's usually something that you sip slow.
Yeah,
so
sip
I
for
still
everything.
have something in my hand throughout the night.
Yeah.
So really, I've had one drink, two
Yeah.
drinks maybe. So
Yeah, I spend a lot of money when I go out.
I bet.
I gotta have something in my hand, but it's gone. So I need another
So
one.
that's literally how I like kind of got into because I didn't drink for the longest, and then got into bourbons, but because it's like you just sip through it.
So what's
same
your
with
go-to?
tequilas. I love Blanton's, and then Heaven's Door is a good one.
Yeah, Heaven's Door is good,
It's a
yeah.
good one too.
I think the environment matters too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the reason I drink so fast. It's like, the only
was a
setting
hard turn.
I've been in is a bar, like, and like I don't casually drink as much anymore. But I think like if I was like sitting with a bunch of gentlemen smoking cigars, I'd probably like intentionally want to drink it slower.
For sure.
Or like going
Yeah.
to some gala, like, and I'm,
Yeah.
like, but if I'm with my friends drinking
She make it
boxed
sound
wine, like,
so high class, right? So
well,
upper
I mean,
class.
there, like, I don't.
But you're right. It is like it's kind of like what's the surroundings I'm in.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite places is Red Phone Booth downtown.
Yeah.
And it's a cool vibe. You sitting there, you may have 2 drinks, one an hour, smoke a cigar, just telling fishing stories, and then go home.
Go home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not too much of a turn up. I think that's what I like about it too. It's kind of like wine. I enjoy wine
Yeah.
too, but like if I want to sip something, I can go outside and sit on the porch and
Sure.
sip, and I'm not like
Because
drinking.
that's
drinking.
the event, like you're not going to the bar just to get drunk.
There you
That's
go.
the event.
Yeah.
The event is like I'm gonna go have a drink on my balcony or my
Yeah.
patio or whatever, and you don't want to sit there for 5 minutes. You want to sit there for probably at least 10, 15,
yeah.
20,
Yeah.
Pouring
like,
up. Just keep pouring up. No, yeah.
well, you could do that. But
I've done that other event. That other event doesn't end well.
Never ends
The
well.
bar all night. Yeah.
Nope.
So we have to get into our Stretch Your Intellect. Today is brought to you by Restore, our friends over at Restore. And from what I hear, we have some really good random facts today.
Oh, boy.
Okay? I hope so, because
They
mine's a
gave
paragraph.
they gave you guys paragraphs
so
and
I
me
don't
like
know
a sentence because I
what this
talk
is
a
about.
lot.
You want to read your... No, I'll read mine first, because this is the
Yeah,
longest.
you got to get that one out of the way. Take a deep breath.
Right. Jeez, man.
Do it all in one breath.
Right. I didn't get to pre-read this. All right. Evan Williams.
Okay.
You know about that. Founded the first whiskey distillery in the U.S. in 1783. That's not all he did, Roy. You know
Okay.
what else he did? Evan Williams, a Welsh immigrant, arrived in Louisville, Kentucky in 1780 and founded the new nation's first commercial distillery on the banks of the Ohio River just 3 years later in 1783. Williams had a hand in plenty other firsts in Louisville, too. He was the city's first wharf master.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. And operated as one of 7 in the city's early trustees. Louisville lore tells that the man would bring a bottle of whiskey to his board meeting. That's the kind of meetings I want to go
That's
to.
how you get stuff
board
done.
of trustee meetings. And everyone, that's how you get things done.
That's how you get things done,
Right,
man.
that's how I run my meetings too. Meetings and everyone would partake in a triple. Sheesh.
That's how you don't get things done.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Sounds like my kind of meeting,
Yeah.
baby. A master stonemason and building contractor, Williams also built Jefferson County's first clerk's office and courthouse and Louisville's first brick home.
Wow.
Evan Williams remains one of the most popular whiskey brands to this day. To that, we raise a glass of Mr. Williams, one of America's first true Renaissance man. And here we are without a glass. Terry.
Raise
Jeez.
the Defiance Fuel. There we go.
There we go. Shout out to Defiance Fuel. All right.
Bourbon is America's only native spirit. We've mentioned it a few times here. Here, where? Okay.
So where?
And it's true. On May 4th, 1964, Congress resolved that bourbon is a distinctive product of the United States and no whiskey made outside the U.S. can be labeled or described as bourbon. No other spirit has this designation.
We had to make an official law statement around.
Yeah, it's right here.
Can't say bourbon.
Well,
Can't.
there's a distinction between whiskey and bourbon,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon.
There you
Okay.
go.
So, how do you distinguish that? Like, if you're me, what if not all whiskey is bourbon?
It's the
What's the difference?
it's the corn content, right?
Okay.
Is that-
It's the mash bill,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then it's the new charred oak barrels.
There you go.
Cool.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with that information, but that's great.
Tastes the same way when I shoot it.
Does it go well with Coke and ice cubes?
I love it. Sam was like, I can't taste the difference at all.
Yeah, I can't taste it.
I'm sure I would if I was in the right setting, but not at Tin Roof. Okay.
Yeah, that's not the right
Definitely
setting.
not a tin roof.
Yeah.
Okay. While many people associate sunflowers with summer, these iconic flowers are not just visually appealing. They also have practical uses. Sunflowers are often planted to help decontaminate soil in areas affected by radiation and heavy metals, known as phytoremediation. Oh,
Good job.
I'm not gonna
am so
complain.
good at
I'm not gonna
spelling.
complain about my paragraph anymore.
I did really good
'cause,
with spelling.
Yeah.
yeah, you got the big words over there.
Phytoremediation.
Very
Yeah.
good.
So
Use that in a sentence.
So I just did.
sunflowers are often planted to
Were
help
you not listening,
decontaminate
Roy?
soil in areas
Sounds-
affected by radiation and heavy metals, known as phytoremediation.
Very good.
That's pretty cool.
I feel like
There
I
you
learned
go.
something today.
We're gonna use that on Instagram.
My
later.
dad doesn't like planting sunflowers. I think something to do with like the way they get along with other plants.
The way they get along.
Yeah. Oh, gardening is a whole thing. I am not good at it because it's a whole thing. But like,
So like kill
you
the
can't
soil.
plant certain things next to each other because like they'll get each other's way or attract certain bugs that kill the other one or something. Like
Gotcha.
it's interesting. Gardening is like a sport.
Jeez.
Sport.
It's
Sport
like you
of
have to-
gardening.
Sport of gardening. Yeah. that's-
It'll be an Olympic sport in
I hope not.
2030.
I was about to say that.
Got people going.
Right. You got 4 years to grow your best product, baby.
Can't wait to see that commercial on NBC with a
They
little
have world
apron
records
and a
for like the world's biggest watermelons and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it is like a sport.
Yeah. As always, Roy, we like to leave our guests with the last word. So, what is something that you want to leave? That you want to leave our people with? It can be fitness related. It can be bourbon related. It can be expo related,
expo
barbell
related.
voodoo related. Whatever whatever you want.
All right. Well,
Burrito related.
burrito.
Well-
No, we're past the burritos at this point.
Let's let that die, Sal.
Cut it and eat it like a man.
Cut my corn in half. What are you talking about?
Again.
No, I mean, hey, come out to the Music City Fit Expo. We'll get Terry to buy the ticket for you.
There you go.
General admission, $15, $35 for VIP. Skip the lines. June 8th starts at 8 a.m. Come out and meet Jay Cutler, Lee Priest, Brian Shaw, Sidney Wells, 2 other special guests.
Sav and Jarrell will be there.
Sav
you won't wanna miss
and
that.
Jarrell. Jarrell will be walking around just doing a walkthrough.
I
Don't
will just do a walkthrough.
do not ask
I'll
for a
kiss your
picture.
baby.
Do not feed. Yeah, do
Depending
not.
on how this cut go, I may have my shirt
No,
off,
no,
bro.
probably
There you
I don't
go.
know.
The
We'll
whole
see.
time.
The whole time. Depends
Don't
on how
even-
the-
don't even
depending on
bring
how
it.
the- Yeah, I want to just. I'll put Barbell Voodoo NFM
Yeah.
on my, sponsorship like a race car. Yeah, like a race car.
like a race car. Like the "Hello, my name is" sticker. But that's all you're wearing is a sticker. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, man, for
Yeah.
making time. I know that this is not your favorite thing to do. But
Not
we
my
do,
favorite,
We do
but,
appreciate
it was fun.
all the
My
talk.
favorite. I love
It's-
hanging with Roy.
No.
Yeah, it's Roy. I
Very
mean,
sweet.
how could you not? And so I am the Jarrell Webb. This is
What's up? I'm Sab.
this has been the NFM podcast, and we'll see you guys next time you press play.